So if your kid is like yelling, spitting, cursing, non-empathetic, being really harsh, blaming you for things, like all that nasty stuff that you are not proud of, okay? I want to tell you that not all hope is lost, and you can still raise a child who grows into an adult who is responsible, accountable, empathetic, helpful, and doesn't blame other people for their situations. The first way to break that is to reframe your mentality. Why is my kid doing this? So you're going to get curious. And I'll tell you, your kid is not doing it to irritate you. They're not doing it because they don't like you. They are not doing it to annoy you. They are doing it because it works to get whatever underlying need they have met. Even if you're like, that's not possible, because how could he want yelling, timeouts? How could they want that? Why do they want me to be upset? They don't. They don't want you to be upset. What they're likely going for is one of their underlying basic needs, and connection is the big one, and they don't care if the connection is positive or negative. Connection is connection, period. Attention is attention, period. And if they're getting it from you riled up, and that is more reinforcing than getting it from you not riled up, then they're going to do whatever it takes to get what they need. Because humans are selfish beings. We want what we want when we want it, right? And that's not a bad thing. I'm not hating on the kids for wanting that. That's how they're programmed. They're programmed to get their needs met so that they can survive, and they're going to do it. After you've gotten curious, you are going to pause before you say or do anything, because you don't want to come from a reactive place. When you're in a really reactive state, you're going to reach for things that don't actually work and actually increase the problems that you are seeing, thereby further reinforcing the behavior that you wish wasn't happening in the first place. What I mean by this is the yelling, because that's really easy to do, right? It's also really easy to huff and puff. It's really easy to say, leave me alone. It's really easy to say, go to your room. It's really easy to say, well, fine, you're not getting dessert tonight. You're not having the switch tonight. No switch for 24 hours, whatever. Pick your poison. When you are in a reactive state, you're going to pull from survival parenting strategies, and those, they suck, okay? And they might get compliance in the moment. And if you are looking for just straight up compliance and you don't care how you get it, you don't care that you're damaging your kid in the process, you don't care that you're using control instead of connection, then by all means, scroll past this video and keep on doing what you're doing, okay? But when you figure out that those things are making things a lot worse, I'll be here, okay? So you're going to be reaching for those survival strategies, and those survival strategies are going to push your child further into their feels, further into the threat detection part of their brain, which tells them, oh shit, something's going on. I am not safe. And they're going to dig those heels in, because again, these are the techniques they use to get their needs met for survival. They're just going to dig in even harder. So the first step was to be curious. The second step is to pause before you reach and grasp at straws and all those icky strategies. Third step is you are literally going to do something called sportscasting. You are going to narrate exactly what you see, absent of any judgment, agenda, or opinions. So if your child is kicking the furniture, you say, I see you are kicking the furniture. That's it. Just act like you're really stupid. Just be like, you are kicking the furniture. Because they're going to be like, duh. And they're going to be looking at you. You've got their attention, right? They now know that you're clued in to what they're doing, okay? So you're not going to do that all by itself, but you're going to sportscast exactly what you see. No judgment, no opinions, just state the facts. Then I want you to do what's called an empathy guess. And you're going to say, you must be feeling insert emotion, okay? So you got to use your brain for this, all right? You're not going to say, you must be feeling annoyed at mommy. You must be feeling like you want to push my buttons. You must be feeling like you don't want dessert tonight. No, those are tricks, okay? We're not doing any tricks. We are saying, you must be feeling really frustrated that we had to turn the TV off. Yeah, you're feeling really frustrated. I'll leave it at that. Last step is to add a layer of support to help them move through this emotion and not stay stuck in it. And as you repeat this for all of their big emotions throughout the days and the weeks, they're going to get better and better at learning this process about how we identify how we're feeling, recognize what our body does, and how to recover from that. So for this last step, what you're going to do is you're going to model calm. Okay, and I don't care how that works for you. You get some water, you take some breaths, you shake out your hands, whatever the case is, and you're going to share that with your kid. That's called co-regulation. You're going to share your calm with them, and you're going to say, I know how you're feeling. I know what it's like to be frustrated. I'm going to do X, Y, or Z, and I'm here when you are ready to do X, Y, or Z. My kid particularly likes a hug, so normally I will sit down, I'll be like, I'm here for a hug when you're ready. I'm going to be here for both of us. And I wait it out. And it's usually not that long, especially because he is more practiced with it now than he used to be. So we can tend to move through disruptions and dysregulation more easily than we used to be able to. And then when your child is ready and we're abstaining from threats and yelling and pressure, like let them feel their feels, make sure they're safe. But what you're going to do to recap is step 1 is to get curious. Step 2 is to pause. Step 3 is to narrate exactly what you see. What are they doing? Step 4, you're going to make an empathy guess. Step 5, you're going to start regulating yourself. Step 6, you're going to offer to co-regulate with them and be there in a supportive state until they are ready. Then you will co-regulate, and only after that, only after you've done all that, are you going to try to teach the lesson you want them to have in the first place, which is probably a healthy coping mechanism. Okay, what can we do the next time we're feeling frustrated about screen time? We can, and if you're new to this with your kid, you might need to give them some ideas. We can tell mommy that we'd like to have more screen time later. We can tell mommy that we're really frustrated. We can go squeeze our stuffies. Like, insert whatever healthy coping mechanism that you want to use with your kid that you want them to practice. And then y'all practice doing it and you move on with your life and you don't go back to it. And then the next time that you suspect that this thing could come along, that this problem could come up again, you reiterate the new process that y'all are going to try. When this happens, we are going to do this. Let's practice it together, X, Y, or Z, etc., etc. And that, in a nutshell, is how you refrain from reactive parenting and you start actually co-regulating and teaching your child the skills that they need to operate through frustration, anger, disappointment, sadness. Insert all emotions. I teach parents how to do this, and I've had to go through it myself. So I know how possible it is. And when you are working with somebody or when you are following a parent coach that aligns with your values, then you are going to fast track your way there. You're not going to have to struggle through it as much as the rest of us did when we were trying to figure out the same things, because we went and got the things for you, and now we're ready to just give you the things.